There comes a time in your life when love feels different than it did before. Not louder, not faster, just quieter. That's what happens to Finn. After all the heartbreak, the chasing, the messy feelings, he doesn't fall in love the way he used to. This time, it sneaks up on him, not as obsession, but as understanding. This is the story of how Finn finds love again, and how much he's changed. Today, we're diving into one of the most underrated emotional arcs in Adventure Time, a story that starts in the trees and ends in something deeper than romance. This isn't about getting the girl, it's about growing into someone who no longer needs to. This is the episode where Finn finds love again, and what it teaches. It begins not with a quest or a monster, but with Jake looking for his brother. Where's Finn? I need him on this adventure. Finn's been off the grid for 2 weeks, deep in the woods. The word is he's been spending time with someone. Jake stretches above the trees, and then he sees them. Finn sitting quietly, playing a flute, and across from him, Huntress Wizard. She listens in silence, then disappears back into the forest. Jake's emotional, feeling left out, even jealous. I want to have a healthy relationship with someone cool, he says. But Finn just shrugs. Says it's not like that. He's just helping her summon a forest spirit with music. But that's not the whole truth. This isn't the same Finn who once kissed girls just to feel better. Not the Finn who begged to be loved. This is someone quieter, someone who waits. He tells Jake how it started. Just a calm day, no missions, no pressure. He was in the river, letting his grass arm guide a melody from his flute, and then she appeared, Huntress Wizard. She listened, didn't interrupt, just said, "You're what I've been looking for." No confessions, no flirting, just connection. A bond they didn't try to name because it didn't need one. They try to summon the forest spirit, but something's off. HW says the problem is his flute. We should make a better one from a magical tusk. So she takes him into her world. Together they drink from a vision spring, track a thunderboar with lightning breath, and when she tells him to drink, Finn does, without question. It triggers a vision. He meets the spirit, who offers him a sword and says, "Plunge it into your heart." And Finn does. No hesitation, no fear, not for glory, but because he trusts the path, because he wants to help her. When he wakes, something inside him has shifted. Not stronger, not tougher, just more at peace. He didn't chase the answer. He surrendered to the process. This isn't old Finn. He's not trying to prove anything anymore. He's letting the moment change him. They find the thunderboar again, and this time it's not about fighting, it's about respect. Finn only tears the tusk loose when needed, and the boar tells him, "You could have just asked." It wasn't about dominance, it was about humility. HW crafts him a jagged, lightning-shaped flute. He plays but it doesn't summon anything. He's ready to give up. Maybe the spirit's gone, he says. But Jake suggests something else. Why don't you play together? And they do. Their music weaves together, delicate and raw. And suddenly the forest spirit returns. It was never about the magic, it was about harmony. Finn used to play louder. Now he listens. When it's over, he finally admits, "I was playing my flute for you." She smiles. "My flute spell was for you too." They kiss, a soft moment. Then she pulls away. Exceptional beasts like us cannot fall in love. To her, love is vulnerability, and that's still a risk. Finn doesn't fight it, doesn't plead for more. He nods. He understands. Because this time, it's not about getting the girl, it's about being okay, even if she walks away. Seasons pass, and in the wild hunt, we see a different Finn. One who can't bring himself to fight, not after what happened with Fern. Every monster reminds him of someone he lost. Jake urges him to move forward, but guilt weighs him down. Then she returns. Huntress Wizard, not to fix him, not to flirt, but to help him understand. She watches him, listens, makes space. When danger returns, she steps into harm's way, not recklessly, but with trust. Because she knows Finn. She believes he'll act, not because he has to, but because he wants to. And he does. He saves her. And in doing so, he saves part of himself. Because Huntress didn't try to heal him. She let him show up when he was ready, and that meant more than any rescue. The last time we see her? It's Finn's 17th birthday, a quiet party, friends, laughter, and then she appears, slowly, shyly, holding a box. Inside is an elk heart, raw, bleeding, still warm, not romantic by most standards, but real, symbolic. And Finn doesn't flinch, he doesn't joke, doesn't ask questions, he just accepts it. Because it's not about the heart, it's about the trust behind it. That gift, that moment, it's not about proving love, it's about offering vulnerability, trusting someone to hold it gently. Younger Finn would have tried to make it about himself, proof she loved him. But now, he doesn't need proof. He doesn't need clarity. He just shows up. Present, open. That's what maturity looks like, not knowing where something will go, but choosing to be there anyway. There's no final conversation. No, what are we? Because some things don't need to be defined. Sometimes love is found in shared stillness, in letting someone drift into the woods and trusting that they'll return, not because you ask, but because they choose to. Because what Finn and Huntress Wizard have isn't certainty. It's peace. After all the chaos, that's enough. Love in this story doesn't roar. It whispers. It doesn't ask for declarations. It moves like the forest, slow, alive, and sacred. Huntress Wizard doesn't live in a castle. She lives where things grow slowly, and that's where Finn ends up, not just physically, but emotionally. He's not chasing fire like he did with Flame Princess. He's learning to sit among the trees, to grow. Even the mask, she never removes it, but Finn never asks to see her face. That might have bothered him once, but now he knows. Not everything has to be revealed to be real. Sometimes love is letting someone keep their mask and loving them anyway. And then there's the hunt. Finn used to chase love, desperate to win, to prove, to possess. But now, he waits. Because this isn't a chase, it's a hunt. And he's not the hunter, she is. The rules are different now, and he's okay with that. So what does this all teach? That real love isn't always about knowing someone completely. Sometimes it's about accepting the parts they choose to share. It's about growing like trees, side by side, not tangled, not demanding. It's about giving someone the freedom to disappear into the woods, and the peace of knowing they might come back. This wasn't a love story in the traditional sense, it was a lesson. That emotional maturity isn't how loudly you love, it's how quietly you let someone be, and that you have to become someone you love before anyone else can love you the same. If you